Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the castle here at CCBC Essex. Aaron Thomas in the broadcast booth with you. Happy to be bringing you all the action once again. Thank you for joining us on what is going to be a very special day here at the castle. Sophomore night has officially started, and with every party here at the castle, it was kicked off with our PA announcer, Austin Johnson, firing up the fans and running down the starting lineups here for these two teams as your CCBC Essex Knights, that shiny number 8 next to their name, trying to finish this season off with back-to-back wins this week, as they got a win on Wednesday against Frederick, looking to get a win here today on Friday against Prince George's Community College. The Owls looking to play spoiler on the end of the regular season. Tip-off underway. Coach DeVoe watching the action on the sideline. And it is a quick start here for the Knights as Boykin gets an open 3 in the corner. Cannot hit. Walker pulls down the miss. Sophomore connection here as Walker, Boykin, and Tylia Washington, all sophomores. Reagan Robinson, also a sophomore. It's a full sophomore lineup as we see the Owls get a block. Moving on the other side, Azarea Whiting, the 5th member of the starting lineup, also a sophomore. Robinson and Whiting, the lone sophomores who spent both years here at CCBC. Boykin quickly into the offensive zone, could not hit. PG going the other way now. Just as quick the other way, but a tough lay on the other end. Different result for the Owls as they get the first basket of the game. Washington puts it on the floor, pulls it back. Little long on the jump shot. Could have been a 3. Tough to see if there was a foot on the line or not from where we are here. PG looking to go on a run here to start things. Robinson, the on-ball defender. Now Whiting comes out with the ball pressure. Driving baseline, PG hanging, cannot hit. Washington got a piece of it, but could not pull down the miss initially. And now it is pinballing around between the two teams. Washington finally gets the tough rebound. Walker gets the floater. Really, it was a floater of a pass over to Walker, who got the friendly roll. We're tied up at 2. Swiped away by Robinson. Robinson and Whiting, the double team there. And that back-to-back turnovers. An interception for PG. They're in the half court. They'll look to slow things down, or not. Quickly opening up on the baseline, but Washington taking away the passing lane just in time. Whiting running the floor. Giving it back to Washington, who gives it right back to Whiting. Tremendous ball movement. They find the open shooter. It's Ariel Walker for 3. And that is a pleasant sight for this Knights team. Struggled from downtown earlier this week. 4 for 36 were the numbers shooting from behind the three-point line in the final. Big part of why Frederick was able to make that game close on Wednesday. 82-61 was the final score in the Knights game against the Frederick Cougars. But it was a 1-point game at the end of the first quarter, or excuse me, it was a tie game at the end of the first quarter and then a 1-point game at the end of the second quarter. The Cougars were hanging around through most of that game as we see Whiting getting the defender on skates there. A beautiful move from the sophomore. The Owls got the first 2 points of the game. The Knights have gotten the last 7. PG putting it on the floor. Washington takes it away. Who touched it last? The referee says it was PG. Kristen Smith, 6-foot guard forward combo for PG, trying to take advantage of the height mismatch there. But Washington keeping the center of gravity low, swiping up at the ball, forcing the turnover. Robinson, long three. That's good. The Knights hit another one from downtown. .10-0 run here over the last 2 minutes for the Knights. Owls trying to put a stop to it. Got the open three, could not hit. Whiting pulls down the miss. Walker runs the floor beautifully for the easy 2 points. Ariel Walker simply just beating everyone down the floor. Beautiful passing display here from PG. Through the press, finding the open shooter right in front of the Knights bench, and that was a 2, says the ref. Foot was on the line. Walker cannot hit her second 3. Run the Knights were on came to a stop a moment ago. PG trying to go on their own run. Picking up the dribble in a tough spot. They have to pass out. Finally find a spot. Big has room down low. Walker makes it difficult. Good position established from Alea Membrino. Just could not hit. And a stop on the other end as the Knights can't hit either. PG a chance to continue their run. Finding the soft spot in the defense. Beautiful in and out move, but a tremendous recovery from Ariel Walker. Eating up space and taking away the 2 points. Stays right here with PG. That was a great move from Rebecca Wright. Can they get another look? Ball movement. Open shot, no good. Great box out from Azarea Whiting. She's running the floor, keeping the head up, finding the shooter. Walker hit the first one from downtown. Missed the last 2 since then. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. The Knights still in firm control here. 12-4 is our score on the big board. A ways away from that 2-point lead that PG started with. Been tough sledding for them as they've been unable to get good looks at the basket. Knights defense everywhere all at once, trying to put an emphatic end to the regular season here with a statement victory over a strong PG squad. Good ball movement after the turnover. Euro step, no good. Robinson pulls down the miss. Both teams running the floor well there. Oh my goodness, Robinson showing the ball, taking it away. Great ball handling, just couldn't hit the jumper. And that's a travel. Ball got sticky there for a moment. Whether it was a Knights player swiping it away or the ball just getting stuck on the side of the PG player. You saw it couldn't get out of the hand quick enough. Shuffled the feet. 12-4. Another look at the basket here for the Knights. Washington trying to make sure it's a good look. Taking it, dropping it off to Whiting. And one opportunity for the sophomore from Havre de Grace, Maryland. Azarea Whiting, sophomore forward, looking to finish the job here this season. New coach on the sideline last year. Was playing under Coach Cini this year, playing under Coach DeVoe. Same goal though. Finish the job, one challenge at a time, and this right here, this game against PG, the final challenge of the regular season, not only for this team this season, but for some of these players in general. A whole mess of sophomores on this CCBC Essex team. Said moments ago, Whiting and Robinson, the only two sophomores who spent both of their years here at CCBC Essex. Boykin, Washington, Walker, and Sally all transferring here from another school. Miana Boykin, who we've already seen have an impact on this game, a sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland, spent her high school years at Loch Raven, and then initially went to Goucher College before transferring here to play for Coach DeVoe. Be a part of the circle, as they call it. I'll introduce you to more of the sophomores as the game goes on. Same five on the court here for Coach DeVoe. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first. Washington, the on-ball defender. Owls finding the soft spot in the defense, but it evaporated very quickly as Whiting took away the space just in the nick of time. Robinson loses it for a moment. Boykin, shifty player, looking to show it right here, and then stopping on a dime and going the other. Bank is still open here on this Friday, and that is going to be a trip to the line for PG, as that was good ball movement. Find the big rolling to the basket. Membrino a little frustrated that it wasn't an and one, as she felt she should have hit that one. Elisa Ortiz going to be the first sub off the bench here for this night's team. A little long on the first one. PG's hoping for a 1 for 2 here. And there it is. 1 for 2 trip to the line for PG, moves this game to 16-5. A lot of time left in this game, but PG got to get back into this one sooner than later. They cannot allow the Knights to really kick it into second gear, as we see Whiting with a nice move on the step back jumper. 18-5, 2:30 on the clock. Calling for the pick, getting it, going the other way now, and trying to find the shooter on the other end. A little high. Turnover by PG. Gives another possession to the Knights. They went on a strong run here earlier in the first quarter, trying to end the first quarter on an even stronger run, as Washington with a nice move, cutting through the defense, finishing for 2, getting a chance for 1 more at the line. Tylia Washington, sophomore guard from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, spent her high school years at Abingdon Friends School and transferred here from Harcum College, a rival of the Knights. Former Bear coming over, joining the other side. The Bears at one point, a couple years ago, real thorn in the side of the Knights. Washington getting to see how the sausage is made on the other side. Looking to see some postseason action. Washington going into the cup again, cannot hit. Pulls down her own miss though. Robinson gives it back to Washington. Walker, good position down low, turns, shoots, gets the friendly roll. Walker all sorts of fired up after that one. And if you've been with us all season long, you've seen the growth of Ariel Walker's game. Had that three-pointer earlier in this first quarter. Was not taking those shots earlier this season, or at least not taking them with the same confidence that she is now. Ariel Walker, a sophomore from Newark, New Jersey, Spent her high school years at North Star Academy and transferred here from Monroe University. And that one will stay on this side, says the referee. 20 on the shot clock. 67 seconds left in the first quarter. PG in desperate need of a basket here. Walker picking up the foul. Both teams done a good job of playing defense without fouling, though that is now 4 fouls committed by the Knights in the quarter. So the next one will send PG into the bonus, which would certainly be a godsend for their sideline. Had a tough day creating offense here in the first quarter. Going to talk it over in between quarters and hope for a better result in the second, as this game is already dangerously close to getting away from the Owls. And the Knights have been a buzzsaw so many times this season, and they came out firing on all cylinders here today. Washington hanging and getting the 2 points. Another and one opportunity for the sophomore. Putting on a show here early. I gotta say, this team looking much more like a team here today. Everybody dapping each other up after makes. Pulling for one another, coming together strong here. Yes, of course, the spirits are high, as it's a festive day here on Sophomore Day. But of course, I'm sure Coach DeVoe and the rest of the coaching staff talking about coming together strong here as a unit when it matters most. As from here on out, after today, it's knockout basketball. It's win or go home. And if that doesn't fire you up, well, you're probably not going to see much action on the court. Winners want to be out there when it matters most. They want that pressure. They want the lights to be bright. Coach DeVoe and the rest of the coaching staff, I'm sure they feel like they've got an entire bench, an entire group of winners out there who have faced some adversity at different points this season, but have also come back from it, as we see Ortiz pulling the trigger from downtown. No good. Shot clock turned off. PG looking to hold for the final shot. 26-8. PG trying to cut into that just a little bit. Good closeout defense here from the Knights. Pass out. Shoulder jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, second look. 5 seconds left, putting one up and going to the line. As they cannot buy a basket, but more than a couple of trips to the foul line, keeping hope alive here early. 3.2 left on the clock after this trip to the line for PG, so the Knights can now hold for a buzzer beater potentially. PG trying to hope for a 1-for-2 now, as that's indeed what they get. Washington gets it on the roll-up. And there will be no buzzer beater. 26-9 is our score at the end of the first quarter. What will be our score at the end of the first half? Stick around with us and find out, as sophomore night off to a strong start here for the Knights. all 5 starters getting in on the scoring for the Knights in that first quarter. Leading scorer Ariel Walker with 9 points. Azarea Whiting and Tylia Washington right behind her with 6 each, though. 26-9 is our score at the start of the second quarter. PG with our first possession. Long 2 is good, as PG takes a much-needed first step on the comeback trail. Long time without a made basket. Robinson kissing the front of the rim on the three-point attempt. PG trying to go on a run here early in the second quarter. That could change this game drastically. Passing the ball around and just a little too high over the outstretched hands of the target, Moana Harmon. Is the target of that pass. Elisa Ortiz inbounding the ball over to Nadia Simpson. Simpson, Sally, Ortiz, and Nelson out there with Robinson, the lone starter still in the game, as Sally pulls down the miss. Could not hit, and then picks up the foul, trying to recover. Coach DeVoe going over what to do next time with the big. Oh, nice move from Nelson, swiping it away, taking it the distance for the 2 points. Kenzie Nelson, spark plug off the bench defensively for this Knights team all season long. Could be a huge weapon for Coach DeVoe as March starts on Sunday. Region 20 Division II tournament scheduled to start next week, March 3rd, quarterfinal game. Higher seed scheduled to host the quarterfinals. Oh, nice move from Sally. Oh my. And you can hear the cheers and the oohs and ahs on that one. The bench fired up, so are the fans. Sally with the trickery. PG trying to get those points right back. Open shot, no good. What a box out from Elisa Ortiz. Could not get the rebound herself, but made sure PG couldn't get it either. Teammate came in, swooped it up. Quickly, we're going the other way. And just as quick, we're going to the line. The team play on display for Coach DeVoe's squad. Tremendous here in the first half. Not only is everybody picking up one another in between plays, as we see right here, daps to the shooter. The ball movement, the movement on the defensive side, rotating. Everything stellar here as the Knights putting their best foot forward on sophomore night. Not only for the fans who traveled to watch the family play the game they love, but also because it is all on the line from here on out. The goal all season long has been punch that ticket to the NJCAA tournament. Well, that challenge right here in front of the Knights. A miss from PG. Boykin going running. Sally opening up a driving lane. That is tremendous team basketball once again. And that is a play from Sally that will not show up on the scorecard or the box score. But I'll tell you what, the coaching staff notices that on the sideline, and you know who else notices that? The coaching staff at a four-year school somewhere. Those are glue guy moments, glue guy plays, and that is what coaches are looking for when it comes to transfers at four-year schools. They want players who can come in and fit a role. Yeah, they want to grow your game, of course, as every coach does, but they also need to know what kind of role are you going to come in and fit and play on this team from the jump. Pull-up jumper, no good. Nelson pulls down the tough miss, immediately moving it up to Washington. Washington puts the brakes on. Sally, the trailing three-point shooter, no good. PG wants to slow it down a little bit in the half court. 20 on the shot clock, so they've got time. 6 minutes and 30 left in the first half. Good blow-by move there from PG, but could not hit or find the shooter. Nelson maybe having the same problem or not. Ortiz, no good. What a tough rebound from PG this time. Alana Herman, 5'10" sophomore there for PG from the District Heights of Maryland. Tough rebound, giving up a little size there to Sally, but making up for it with the hustle. Speaking of hustle, here comes Simpson, splitting the defense. Oh my, it's blocked from behind. Stays right here with the Knights as Simpson got the interception on one side, tried to get the 2 points on the other. Now the Knights will go to work in the half court. Washington, Ortiz for three. No good, off the front of the iron. Washington pulls down the miss. Nelson for three this time. And she will politely ask us all to forget about that one, and we can do that for her. Michaela Sally checks out. Ariel Walker checks back in, and what a great showing there from Sally in the minutes that she got off the bench. Michaela Sally, sophomore forward, 6'2", off the bench, tremendous size, and what a weapon she could be for Coach DeVoe's squad when it's time to go dancing. Sally, a sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland. Spent her high school years at Marion-Gaylor Vocational Technical. As we see Walker with a nice closeout there. Nelson pulls down the tough miss, finally finds Ortiz. Oh, nice hesitation move from Washington as she splits the defense on the pass to find Walker. Walker checked in for Sally a moment ago as I was running down Sally's credentials. Sally transferred here to CCBC Essex from St. Andrews University. And what an addition she's been for Coach DeVoe, as well as so many of the other incoming players, whether they were transfers from other schools or true freshmen who could be playing in their sophomore game next year. Azarea Whiting and Reagan Robinson, holdovers from last year's team. There's going to be at least one or two freshmen who are on this year's team who play that sophomore role next year, as we see a great defensive move from the entire team. The rotations, so crisp. Down low, Whiting just giving up too much size to the big for PG, and she's all smiles about it. She knows that was tough. She put her best effort forward. Oh, the soft roll! And it may be Ariel Walker's day here today. She was the leading scorer at the end of the first quarter, and she is still finding them in a big way in the second quarter. Just over 4 minutes left in the first half now. Shoulder jumper is good as the bank is open still here on this Friday night. Washington. Oh, Walker wants it. You see she's set up in the corner. Instead it goes to the other corner, Ortiz. And when you're hot, it finds you. Walker has it. She's first on the ground. And it'll stay here as it's knocked away by a PG player. Good hustle on both sides as Walker first down onto the floor to secure the loose ball, but also Washington seeing that driving lane open up, finding the soft spot in the defense. And now it'll be a shooter-heavy lineup, for Coach DeVoe's squad as Reagan Robinson checks into the game for Ariel Walker. That means Azarea Whiting, the lone big on the floor right now for the Knights. Thought at first that whistle meant Ortiz stepped on the line. Instead, it was a foul committed by PG. Another inbounds play here for the Knights. Whiting spinning in towards the paint, hanging, and cannot hit. Good defense from PG. Can they get a basket on the other end? Good move. Oh, Ortiz swipes it away, though. And Ortiz blows a tire at the rim. Cannot hit. PG looking to slow things down once again. Just over 3 minutes left in the first half. Position down low. Step back from the foul line. No good. Washington quickly into the offensive zone. Nice little hesitation move into the floater. No good. PG, a couple of stops in a row here. If they could get a basket on the other end. PG moves it over onto the other side. Puts it on the floor, 10 on the shot clock. Finds a spot, but Whiting takes it away very quickly. Oh, what a pass to Washington, who cuts through and gets the soft roll. A 30-second timeout, so we will keep it right here and tell you more about the Region 20 Division II tournament that's right around the corner. Region 20 Division II tournament action set to start on Tuesday, March 3rd, with the higher seed hosting a game in the quarterfinals. That could be the Knights, so you could get a chance to see the Knights play some action in the postseason. And if you are interested in joining us here live at the Castle for that potential game, the only way to find out if that is indeed the case is to check out the CCBC Essex Athletics website, the women's basketball tab, and check out the schedule part. And that'll have all the action once the tournament is finally announced, or the matchups for the tournament is finally announced. So the quarterfinals will be on March 3rd, and then semifinals and finals will be at Chesapeake, and they will take place the weekend of March 6th through the 8th. Oh, nice move from Washington, but an even better move from the PG defender to get a piece of that just at the last second. 2 minutes left in the first half. PG, open three in the corner, no good. Washington pulls down the long miss. 3-on-2 break towards the hoop, and Washington did not need the numbers as she called her own, took it the distance, and earned a trip to the line. Tylia Washington hits the first. And the second. It's a 2-for-2 trip to the line for Washington, as the hot start that the Knights had in the first quarter, it's rolled right into the second. 43-15, 90 seconds left in the first half. The Knights are rolling here on sophomore night. Ortiz, the on-ball defender. PG passes out on the baseline. Here comes the double team from the Knights. PG gets a second look, and this time the bank's open for two. 43-17 now. 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the first half. A timeout taken on the floor. It's a full timeout, so we're going to take one with the two teams. But we'll be back with the action in just a minute. And the action is back on the floor. Two teams going back to work here in the final minute of this first half. First half that has been dominated by the Knights. Ortiz putting it on the floor but losing it. PG slows down. Trying to buy a basket here in the late stages of the first. Trying to keep hope alive for a miracle second half comeback. Open three, a little long. Washington pulls down the miss. It'll be interesting to look at Washington's rebounding numbers at half. She could be working on a double-double, maybe even a triple-double, depending on what the Apple numbers look like. Washington rebounding very well from the guard position, pulling down a lot of these long rebounds. Whistle goes against the Knights. PG gets another look, and this time there will be no long rebound. That's a clutch-made basket. Washington maybe picking up an apple here, though. Found Whiting running the floor. Whiting couldn't get the catch down initially, so she couldn't get the look at the basket. Ortiz got a strong look from downtown, though. PG looking to make it a run here in the final seconds of the second quarter, and that's now 5 straight points for them. Knights looking for one more. Robinson, the buzzer beater. Got it off in time, but could not get the friendly roll. It's 43-22 at the end of the first half. A little bit of a run there for PG at the end of the second quarter, keeping hope alive. How long will that hope remain alive? The Knights have been firing on all cylinders from the word go here on sophomore night, and no signs of that slowing down when we come back after the halftime break.
Next up from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, number 4, Tyler Washington. Tyler isn't just a defender, she's a top offensive contributor, leading the team in scoring with 14.8 points per game. Tyler, thank you for your energy and skill. We are grateful for everything you've given Knights basketball. Knights fans, show your appreciation one more time for Tyler. Next, from Felton, Delaware, number 5, Reagan Robinson. Reagan has been exploring for this program. With her versatility and scoring ability, she's made an impact from multiple positions on the floor, sitting second on the team in scoring with 13.6 points per game. Reagan, thank you for wearing the Knights uniform with pride. Give it up once again for Reagan. Next, from Newark, New Jersey, number 10, Ariel Walker. Ariel's winning this team a little bit, setting screens, defending, communicating, and sacrificing for her team. All doesn't show in the box score, but it wins games. She's a pillar of our team's success through defense, rebound, and unselfish play. Her contributions help create opportunities for our scorers and stabilize us on both ends. Ariel, thank you for your dedication and commitment to Knights basketball. Let's hear it again for Ariel Walker. Next, from Havertz, Maryland, number 11, Azariah Whiteton. Azariah is over the course of the painful Knights, leading the team in rebounds per game with 11.1. Her strength, rebound ability, and interior presence have anchored this team defensively. She battles every possession and never backs down from a challenge. Azariah, thank you for your resilience, your great and your commitment to excellence. Knights Nation, show your To our sophomores, on behalf of the coaches, your teammates, the athletic department, and the entire Knights family, thank you. Once a night, always a night. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, please stand and give a tremendous round of applause for our 2025 sophomore class.
And a special thank you to all of the family and friends who made it here to sophomore night, coming from all over the state of Maryland and some not even in the state of Maryland, some making the cross-state trip. What a special day here for everyone involved. Family and friends, part of what make it so special here at CCBC Essex, as we are just 2 minutes away from restarting things here in the second half. A special shout out to our PA announcer, Austin Johnson, as well. Making the moment special, not only for the sophomores, but everyone here. The voice of CCBC, no matter where we are, inside on the hardwood or outside on the turf or at the diamond. And always here, Austin Johnson kicking off the party. Leading scorer at half for the Knights is Ariel Walker, who has 14 points. But another eye-catching stat, when you look at the stat line for this Knights team, is Tylia Washington, 10 points, the second leading scorer, but also working on a potential triple-double here on sophomore day. Washington has 10.6 rebounds and 4 assists at the break. If we are aware of that, I'm sure the coaching staff and as well Washington is also. We're on triple-double watch here in the second half. 43-22 is going to be our score, at the second half when we restart things here in a moment. The festivities of Sophomore Day are officially over, and the action is about to officially restart here. And here we go. Final 20 minutes of the regular season has begun here for this night's team. 43-22 is our score on the big board as we restart things. PG down, but not out. Keeping those comeback hopes alive, but in need of a hot start, and that certainly is the first step that they were looking for. Kayla Goiner with a nice move there on the take and make. First made basket of the second half goes to the PG Owls. Washington has us all on triple-double watch as she is 6 assists and 4 rebounds away already with 10 points. Walker, nice cut to the basket, could not hit. Whiting pulled down the miss, but could not hold on to it as she tried to walk the tightrope on the baseline. Our good friends at Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square catering the event here at the Castle, as they always do. Had the Sophomore Day festivities at halftime. Flowers, pictures, family, the whole 9 yards, and of course, delicious chicken sandwiches for our friends and family in the stands. Just another reason why you got to come check out a game here at the Castle. May have one more opportunity to check out the women's basketball if there is indeed a quarterfinal matchup for Coach DeVoe's squad. There should be. In some years past, there hasn't always been in terms of teams being able to field teams and some teams just folding halfway through the season. Only way to find out for sure if the Knights will host a quarterfinal action is to check out the CCBC Essex Athletics website and also follow this women's basketball team on their social media pages. Very active on Instagram. Washington actively bringing that ball up quickly into the offensive zone. Quickly finding a shooter. No, Whiting putting it on the floor. Now Robinson's the shooter. No good. PG getting the miss on one end. Can they get the make on the other end? Desperately trying to take a couple steps on the comeback trail. Trying to keep hope alive here. Down low, Walker, good position, but the offensive player, even better position. Membrino with the easy 2 for the Owls. Walker, dribble handoff for 3, no good. PG with another stop. Owls running. Slowing it down as they could not find the gun on that one. Maybe this one. No good, Whiting pulls down the miss. Walker running the floor beautifully. And oh my, could not get the 2 points. Robinson, much easier though as she pulls down the miss. 2 points on the offensive glass for the Knights. Open 3 for PG on the other end. In and out, and Whiting pulls down the miss. Azarea Whiting running the floor. Boykin. What an unselfish play, giving it up to Washington, who couldn't hit. Walker pulls down the miss. Boykin calls her own number this time. It's the same result. It's Whiting's turn. She puts it on the floor, blows a tire. Washington gives it up to Robinson. It's good from downtown. And Washington quickly jumping the passing lane, knocking the ball away. 20-point game as we've played over 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes in this third quarter. And threes are hot on the board. Just over 3 minutes played in the third quarter, and that was a big 3 just moments ago from Reagan Robinson. Gets it to a 20-point game. Walker bumped off the spot just a little bit, and the referee says that's a foul. Walker picks up the foul, and it is a trip to the line for number 11, Galaya Gaynor. And if Gaynor could find the offense here in the second half, that would go a long way in turning the tide in this game, as she had a struggling performance in the first quarter. She is tasked with driving the offense for this PG team. Leading scorer coming into this game, averaging 17 points per game. Washington pulls back from 3, couldn't hit. And PG trying to take advantage of all these extra possessions. A couple of extra misses here in the third quarter as the offense has gone a little cold. PG working into a tough spot, and the Knights take it away. Washington dropping it off for Boykin as she gets just a little bit closer to that potential triple-double. She was 6 assists away, now she's just 5. PG pulls down the miss, gets the soft roll as a timeout will be taken on the floor. A 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep it right here. 50-32, 5 minutes and 56 seconds left in this third quarter. And I want to take another opportunity to thank all of you guys at home for joining us on this Friday, and another special thank you to all the family and friends who traveled the great distances that they had to travel to get here to be with their loved ones on Sophomore Day, a special day that the players, I'm sure, will never forget. A last chance to play in front of their home fans here at CCBC Essex. Last chance to play in front of the fans here at the Castle. A bittersweet moment. Bitter, of course, as it's a definitive end to what I hope has been a special chapter in these players' lives, but also sweet because they know what is right around the corner, the large goal that they've had in mind all season long, that they've been building towards all season long. Well, it's right around the corner. Their opportunity to grab that ring, it's right around the corner. It's going to be time to go dancing after we hear the final whistle here today as Washington takes the bump and will go to the line. Win or go home time every time from here on out. Knights at one point here in the regular season won 13 straight games. If they could find another long winning streak like that, they could be getting themselves sized for a championship ring. You don't have to look hard or long to find some championship banners here at the Castle. One of them, the coaching staff was a part of. Coach Sini's not on the sideline anymore, but Coach DeVoe and Coach Arthur Fitzhugh were both on the sideline when this team won the national championship a few years ago. They know what that feels like. They know what that tastes like, and they want it not only for themselves once again, they want it for their players for the first time. I'm sure they've told them all about it. Maybe even to the point that the players are tired of hearing about it. They want to experience it themselves at this point. Washington trying to put the defender in a blender, instead passing out to Walker, who cannot hit from downtown. PG dribbles out of a tough spot. And now works in the half court. Oh, but only for a second as Washington takes it away and walks the tightrope. Washington finds Whiting, who puts it on the floor. Oh, what a pass to Walker. Big to big passing on display, and it's looking mighty pretty. Whiting finding Walker, who was all alone down low. Now PG passing the ball beautifully. Could not hit, though, as Walker and Whiting making it tough. Coast to coast, Azarea Whiting. Got the hot hand now. And Washington got hot, stayed hot, and is not looking to cool down as she will go to the line once again. And this is an extended run for the starting five here in the third quarter, as now just over 4 minutes left to play in the third. They're still out there after starting this second half, and that makes me wonder if we will see them in the fourth quarter, or if Coach DeVoe gives the bench unit an extended run in the fourth quarter. All questions yet to be answered. One thing's for certain, I think hope is faded here for PG. It was going to take a miracle comeback in the second half. Well, I'm not sure what's after miracle, what's bigger than a miracle, but that's what they need at this point, as everything is going the way of the Knights. Firing on all cylinders once again, as we see our first substitution of the second half. And just like in the first half, it's Elisa Ortiz coming in for Coach DeVoe. Checking in for Miana Boykin. And if it's the last time we see Boykin this season in the regular season, hats off to her, the sophomore who transferred here from Goucher College. It has been fun to watch her play all year long. A shifty, high-scoring guard who is, I'm sure, going to be taking her talents to a four-year school when the season is finally over. But of course, as exciting as that is for her, she doesn't want to think about that right now. She wants to think about potentially finishing the job and becoming a champion. Bringing home another championship ring, championship trophy. Right here to CCBC Essex, where it belongs. Walker, the on-ball defender, and trying to send down an invite to the block party, but that was a great blow-by move by the PG offensive player. That's Gaynor again, as she's heating up here in the second half. 20 on the shot clock. Robinson puts it on the floor. Now slows it down. One-footed step-back jumper, no good. And here comes Nelson, Sally, and Simpson ready to check in at the next whistle. And no and one, as they cannot get the friendly roll, but they do get the good whistle. Trip to the line for PG, number 11, Kalia Gaynor once again. And now Reagan Robinson, the lone sophomore, the lone starter, still on the court, as Tylia Washington, Azarea Whiting, and Ariel Walker all check out. And if it's the last time we see them in the regular season, hats off to them as well. What a tremendous season, and it has been all year long for them. We talked about the growth we've seen in Ariel Walker's game. Well, the same could be said about Azarea Whiting. She is a different player from what we saw last year. We saw glimpses of this last year under Coach Sini, but she has really blossomed and found her footing this year under Coach DeVoe, as we see Reagan Robinson with one from the avenue. And Tylia Washington, the sophomore transferring here from Harcum, a thorn in the side of the Knights last year, getting a chance to join the dark side, so to speak, here as she transferred over to CCBC Essex from Harcum and has been a huge addition to Coach DeVoe's squad. Robinson and Washington, the leading scorers through most of this season. That dynamic duo of a backcourt, a big part of why this team won 13 games in a row at one point this season, and a huge part of why this team is establishing themselves as potentially the team to beat once again as we head in to the Region 20 tournament. PG, a 2-for-2 trip to the line, as Robinson still out there with Sally, Simpson, Ortiz, and Nelson. Simpson finds Sally from downtown, no good. PG pulls down the miss. PG running, trying to find an opening. Passing the ball around the three-point line. Now getting the pick, nice pick. Opens up the driving lane. could not hit the floater on the baseline, and Nelson was out of bounds when she pulled down the rebound, says the referee. So 2 minutes, almost exactly left in this third quarter. 2 minutes and 1 second, if you want to be precise. With a score of 60-37, the Knights in firm control here as the clock is winding down on the regular season. Alea Rodriguez ready to check in for the Knights. Are we seeing the last moments of Reagan Robinson's regular season in front of us? Sally, closeout defense here from Nelson. Here comes the shot clock violation. The Knights get the stop. And here comes the sub. Alea Rodriguez does check in for Reagan Robinson. And hats off to her if this is the last time we see her in the regular season. A sophomore guard from Felton, Delaware. Played last year under Coach Cini, was a huge part of why that team went to the Final Four. Was really a combo guard for Coach Cini last year. At different times, was in the starting lineup, was coming off the bench, was playing the guard spot, was playing the wing spot. Here, her role has been very defined as a sophomore. Be a leader, be a scorer, and she's done that and some. As Reagan Robinson, a big part of why this season has been so successful for Coach DeVoe's squad. As we see another whistle, or hear another whistle, go in the direction of PG. It's another trip to the line. This one comes with 70 seconds left in the third quarter. At the line now here for PG is Blessing Nandai, freshman center from Bowie, Maryland. Cannot get the friendly roll off the iron on the second when it's a 1-for-2 trip. Rodriguez quickly into the half court, finds Sally. She wants one from downtown today on sophomore night. Won't get it there. Simpson drops it off to Sally. Great closeout from the two bigs down low from PG, but they could not do it with control as they closed off the lane for Sally, but they also fouled her. And that is 4 fouls committed in the quarter by PG. So the next one will send the Knights to the line. The Knights have committed 5 fouls in the third quarter, so the PG Owls are already in the bonus. Excuse me. Elisa Ortiz, the inbounding player here for the Knights. Let's see where she moves after throwing this after throwing the inbounds pass. Oh, it goes right to Sally, so no play to get it right back to the shooter. That's what I was expecting, maybe. That's why a lot of times coaches will have their shooters take that inbounds play. Sally with the foul. Sally, she couldn't hit on the other end. Nelson scooped it up and put it back where it belonged. 39.2 left in this third quarter. The final minutes of the regular season. They are on the doorstep here for this Knights team. As it's another 1-for-2 trip to the line for PG. And with the regular season coming to an end, the larger goal that has been present in their mind all season long, it's never been more visible than right now. That first step is going to be in front of them after a nice little weekend of celebrating. Back to work with the Region 20 tournament starting on March 3rd. Nelson, 4 straight points for her as she gets the inbounds play this time, and Rodriguez just takes it away but can't hold on to it. And you see the look of frustration on her face as she just ran the route there, so to speak, for the PG player. Took it away but couldn't hold on to it. timeout on the floor. Let's see. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. And no better time than right now than to say thank you to all you guys at home for joining us not only on this Friday sophomore night here at the Castle, but all season long. If you were here with us on opening night and you're here with us here tonight, man, oh man, what a season it's been. But if you've just been stopping in when you could, catching a game here and there, well, we appreciate that as well. Just not enough can be said about how much we appreciate you guys joining us all season long on YouTube, your home for all of the Knights home games. The action on the court, always what makes it special, but the fans in the stands and you guys at home, well, that's what makes it family. And, well, family, that's what makes it really, really special. A little shacked in a full moment there as the Knights not on the court in time. Easy 2 points for PG. Knights can afford to miss a few with the score looking the way it does. 64-41 is our score at the end of the third quarter. The fourth quarter will start here in a moment. And the regular season is about to end for Coach DeVoe's squad. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure what this is and why Alea Rodriguez is at the line, because they have not put any time back on the clock. And now here we, I think, are officially going to get a few more seconds on the clock, and it's .4. So Alea Rodriguez is going to be shooting one more as she was fouled. And now we have officially the close of the third quarter. Same score as we thought, though, 64-41. Our final break of the game here is underway as the fourth quarter will be starting here in a moment, and the regular season is going to be coming to a close for this Knights women's basketball team. What a spectacular end it's going to be. Same five we had on the court just a moment ago for Coach DeVoe's squad. Takes the court once again here to start the fourth. That's Simpson, Nelson, Rodriguez, Sally, and Ortiz. Sally gets the ball down low, turns quickly and shoots. Cannot hit. Tried to chase the miss, but could not get two hands on it. Instead, it's going the other way. PG takes over, and they will look for the first basket of the fourth quarter. Leading scorers through 3 quarters of play. Ariel Walker with 16 points, but 2 players right behind her with 13 each for the Knights. That's Reagan Robinson and Tylia Washington. No surprise. The backcourt duo coming up huge once again for Coach DeVoe's squad. as PG does indeed get the first basket of the fourth quarter. Ortiz puts it on the floor, drives baseline, but kicks it back out to Sally for the jumper. No good. PG with the rebound. Knights, 9 minutes left in the regular season, 9 minutes away from moving to 23-3 on the season and going undefeated in conference play. Right now, 14-0. And of course, those conference games always mean a little bit more. And we will see the sophomore duo, or excuse me, we will see that sophomore starting five once again as Robinson, Walker, Whiting, and Washington all going to be checking in at the next break. Boykin as well, finishing off that five-man group. Ortiz with it now in the half court. Nelson driving on the baseline. That space cut off very quickly. Good rotation defensively from PG. Better ball movement from the Knights as Ortiz finds Rodriguez for three. And it's all smiles on that one. Ortiz getting the defense to collapse in on her as she drives baseline, and Rodriguez right where she was supposed to be from downtown, posted up. And that's a whistle that will go against Sally, and it will be a trip to the line for PG. PG aggressive, trying to get that ball towards the cup here in this second half, shooting a couple extra foul shots. Unable to make up any ground and keep this game competitive, of course, but doing what they can. Just as the Knights wanted to see themselves put their best foot forward, as it is time to go dancing after this. The same is true for this PG Owls team. Tough thing for them is they ran into a buzzsaw that is this Knights team. So they won't be getting the close to the regular season that they were looking for, but their season still has hope. The coaching staff wants to see their players finish the job. As Araya Whiting pulls down the miss. Knights looking to finish the job on the other end. Whiting spins, finds Robinson from downtown. And she could not get the trickery. Washington from downtown. It's good! Nothing but net, and all smiles for Tylia Washington on that one. Fans coming alive as Robinson had the PG defender in the blender for a moment. And Washington with the emphatic close on the possession. PG pulls up, and one opportunity as Robinson is a half a second late on the rotation. Big time shot for PG. I'm sure the coaching staff is wondering to themselves, where was that earlier here in the first half when they couldn't buy a basket? 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. PG heating up here offensively. The Knights looking to throw a couple more rocks on the other end. Whiting puts it on the floor, picks it up, passes it off to Boykin with a beautiful cut to the rim. Miana Boykin finding the soft spot in the defense and taking full advantage as Whiting continues to play with her head up. PG rolling to the basket. Whiting right there on the backside, making it difficult, and possession stays here with PG. Whiting probably giving up an inch or two on that move we saw PG make to the cup a moment ago, but good technique. Making it difficult, and that one made easy as PG caught the Knights napping. Trip to the line, and already 3 fouls committed by the Knights. So PG dangerously close to the bonus already here in the fourth quarter. And the foul line has not been kind to this PG team. 5 for 8 at the foul line coming into the fourth quarter, but just too many 1 for 2 trips. Too many points being left out there at the line for this PG team as Walker takes away the rebound but cannot hit on the second look. PG into the half court. Getting the soft bounce as that was almost a turnover. Instead, Owls getting another look. That's a 2. It's off the rim, no good. And PG cannot get the basket. Knights take over with just over 5 minutes left in the regular season. Talia Washington gives it up to Boykin. Boykin gives it up to Robinson from downtown. No good. Walker pulls down the miss. Robinson now putting it on the floor. A little shake and bake, and the bank is open still here on Friday night. 2 points for Robinson after missing the one from downtown. That layup much easier, I'm sure. Azarea Whiting, the on-ball defender. Walker sends out an invite to the block party. And if it's the last invite she sent out, my goodness, what an invite. Ariel Walker has been cleaning up misses on the glass and rejecting wannabe shots all season long. What a big-time block from number 10 down low. How much fun has it been to watch her work defensively and, of course, on the glass. But as any coach will tell you, working on the glass, that's an extension of the defense. And when the shots were not falling on Wednesday against Frederick, that's exactly what Coach DeVoe's squad did. They went to work defensively, and they forced a whole mess of turnovers. 36 forced turnovers in their game on Wednesday against Frederick, and they out-rebounded the Frederick Cougars 52-37. And that certainly did more than enough to make up for a tough night shooting where the Knights went 4 for 36 from downtown in a game against the Cougars that was a lot closer than the final score indicated. And that game against Frederick came on the heels after a tough loss to Monroe on the road. And when I spoke to Coach DeVoe before the game on Wednesday against Frederick, he felt like the team just did not match the energy of their opponent. And that was a big reason why they took the loss. Well, against Frederick, it kind of looked like a little bit of deja vu. They weren't matching the energy of the Cougars, and that was why Frederick was able to hang around and keep that game competitive for as long as they did. Here today against the PG Owls, they did not have that same problem. The Knights, they came out firing on all cylinders from the opening whistle. It has been their night here on sophomore night. And maybe the most dominant performance we've seen from them, at least since the holiday break, maybe all season long, and it comes at the perfect time as it is win or go home from here on out. 4 minutes and 4 seconds left in the regular season. The Region 20 tournament going to be starting on March 3rd. And then the Knights hoping that they are lucky enough to get that invite to North Carolina for the NJCAA tournament. Talia Washington at the line, getting the job done. 79-50 now is our score as PG brings the ball up once again. We asked the question in the third quarter if we were going to see this five-man lineup once again. Well, now it looks like they're going to close the deal as Azarea Whiting pulls out the chair. Coast to coast for number 11, but she cannot hit. Boykin looking to clean it up, but she has the same problem. Too good looks at the rim. Nothing on that possession for the Knights. Oh, what a pass as the big rolls to the cup, but she can't hit either. Boykin finds Walker. Good ball denial, but a little bit too strong, says the referee. Push from behind. 2 fouls committed by PG in this quarter, so the Knights still a ways away from the bonus. It's going to be an inbounds play. The Knights trying to decide who's going to take it. Miana Boykin finally decides she's going to be the one. Boykin has to get that ball in, running out of time, finally does. Whiting to Washington. No good. It's a fight for the rebound. Walker's the first on the floor, but PG gets 2 hands on it. Good press put on there by the Knights. PG finally gets it up into the half court. Cannot hit the first look or the second, but how about a third? Open 3. Same result. Whiting this time pulls down the miss. Knights running. They don't have numbers, but it does not matter as Azarea Whiting is slicing and dicing through the defense. The sophomore with a huge play on one end and could not get the block on the other. And a full timeout taken on the floor by PG. We'll take one too. The final 2 minutes and 29 seconds of the regular season is right in front of the Knights players. And we are back, ready to play out the final 2 minutes and change of this regular season. Michaela Sally has checked in for the Knights, and she immediately goes to work as she tries to get an easy 2 points down low. She beat everyone down the floor. Could not hit the layup. And oh my, nice floater. Fading away from the basket on the baseline. A beautiful move for 2 points for PG. Knights in the half court. Sally on the baseline, could not hit. PG pulls down the miss. And PG blows a tire, but we found out why as the Knights commit the foul. 1 minute and 50 seconds left here in this regular season. Another time or another chance for me to say thank you for joining us on this special sophomore night. And thank you for joining us all season long on what has been a special regular season. Just like Coach DeVoe, I'm hoping that this regular season rolls right into a special postseason. Been around this Knights team all season long. It's been so much fun to watch them play. It's been so much fun to watch them come together as a group. Lisa Ortiz checking in at the whistle for the Knights, as it's Ortiz, Washington, Robinson, Walker, and Whiting out there to close out the final 1 minute and 40 seconds of the regular season. As I said a moment ago, it's been so much fun to watch this team come together as a group. Whether it was chasing Elisa Ortiz's record three-point performance earlier before the holiday break, or it's been watching this team grit their teeth here in these last two games and put that tough loss to Monroe behind them and put that tough start against Frederick behind them. And come out here on sophomore night and play together as a team like they have at so many different times this season, but maybe this night better than they ever have. Every coaching staff wants to see their team put their best foot forward every night, but none more important than when you close out the regular season. You want to see your team come together and show that they understand what's at stake. And they understand that the only way to finish the job is together as a unit. All of us helping one another, all of us picking up one another, as we see a nice basket from PG. And I think Coach DeVoe, he's got to have a smile on his face at the end of this game. The way his team played here today, they certainly put their best foot forward. They deserve the victory. They're 35 seconds away from it. And they will be improving to 23-3 on the season. And they will finish the regular season undefeated in conference play. Hats off to first-year head coach Ryan DeVoe. What a tremendous season it has been, as he's led this team to the position they're in right now, but he does not do it alone. He's got assistants on the sideline that have been with him all the way. But of course, like every good coach, he'll tell you that the games are won and lost on the court. He may be leading them, he may be empowering them, but the action, the games are always decided on the court. And this team, well, they certainly are exactly that, a team. How good of a team? Only time will tell. So far, they look mighty good. But the big goal is still in front of them. The final 10 seconds are running off in the regular season. The final score in this one is going to be 85-56. The Knights finish the regular season 23-3 and undefeated in conference play. The number 8 Knights have punched their ticket to the Region 20 Division II tournament, and maybe they've punched their ticket back to the NJC AA tournament. Will they punch their ticket back to the Final Four? Can they punch a ticket back to the national championship? Those are still questions that need to be answered, and if you want to find out the answer just like I do, the only way to find out is to follow this team on their social media pages, and also make sure you check out that CCBC Essex Athletics website. Aaron Thomas here in the broadcast booth for the final time for the women's basketball season, saying thank you for joining us, not only today, but all season long. And please join us as we start spring sports in just a few weeks. Aaron Thomas for the final time, saying good afternoon, good evening, and good night.